Well, now we have to just hope that we don't get swept. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Headstone video question recapping last night's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Boston Red Sox as the Phillies lose 4-3 to the Red Sox as they drop the second game of the three-game series as now they lose the series. And we just have to hope that we do not get swept out today. Now, guys, so before getting into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please join the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So, boy, oh boy, not the Phillies night last night. They had a lot of opportunities to hit runner scoring position, and they just could not get the job done. And we all know that's the story of the Phillies' life. They stranded so many base runners last night. They were 0 for 7 runner scoring position. So we all know this is a big problem for the Phils. Number one, they tend to not get a lot of runners in scoring position, and when they do, they just cannot capitalize. They just cannot capitalize. No one can come up with a big hit, especially last night. You see Bryce Harper, who's just really going bad at the plate right now, batting with the bases loaded, and he just strikes out looking. How do you strike out looking like that, Bryce? And I made this point, a couple other people made this point. He's late on almost every swing. Either he swings and misses at it because he's so late, or he fouls it down the left field line. So he's late on almost every swing. So I don't know, either he's hurt or he's in this really, really bad run. Either way, he's playing like, I don't know what he's playing like. He's not playing good. There's no question about that. So he definitely is lost right now to play. Like I said, he's late on every swing. Is that a sign of him being hurt? I don't know. I'm not too sure. You're going to have to ask the doctor. I don't know. I really just do not know. Joe Girardi has been kind of saying that Harper's fully healthy. I doubt that he's fully healthy. I really do. So to say he's fully healthy, I think that's just stretch. I do not think Harper's fully healthy. And just go and take a look at his swings. He's swinging late. Is he hurt? I mean, I don't know. I really just do not know. But Bryce Harper definitely struggling. We all know where he was. We all know where he was and where he is right now. So it's a pretty drastic change. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking good for Harp right now. It's not looking too good for Harp. Hopefully he could turn it around, but he's not even making solid contact. I mean, we saw, last year he entered this slump, and he was hitting all these line drives, and he just was getting so unlucky, and like, oh man, Harp, eventually he's gonna get lucky, right? It's not like he's striking out, he's hitting all these line drives. He's striking out, you can't, there's no tomorrow. All these strikeouts, he's not making any solid contact with the ball, he's late on the ball. There's something wrong with Harp. Now, another thing, a positive you could take out of last night's ball game, Reese Hoskins, who's his 100th career home run. Congratulations to the big fella. So that is just great. He's the third quickest to get to 100 career home runs as a Philly. Ryan Howard leads that category. So he's the third quickest Philly to get to 100 career home runs, start of his career. So that's great. I mean, good for Reese. He's number 3 on that category. And the bell, I don't know what happened. I mean, they made the bell sound, but the Liberty Bell, Citizens Bank Park bell, was not ringing. It just stayed at the same spot. I don't know if that was, I'm sure that was a glitch or something. Very weird. I put that on my story. You're looking at it, it just didn't move. I don't know if anyone else was there. If you were there and if you also picked up on that too, please go comment because that was really weird. I've never seen that before. I'm assuming that was most likely a glitch. I'm sure it was. Pick up the scoring summary in the top of the 3rd inning. Rafael Devers, after Spencer Howard had a great first and second inning, he just seemed to hit a wall here in the top of the 3rd. I mean, Spencer Howard was really using his stuff well. I mean, he's getting ahead of a lot of guys. He's putting guys away, not turning a lot of solid contact. And here in the top of the 3rd inning, didn't go so well for him. Rafael Devers, he doubles on a fly ball to right field. Bryce Harper tried to reach out and get it, and it's right off of his glove. I mean, that was a diving catch. And like I said, I mean, I've been really hard on Bryce at the plate right now. There's no question about that. I got to go to his defense on that. He tried everything he could. He leaped out. You cannot knock him for that. You cannot. So that is just ridiculous if you're going to, criticize Bryce Harper for that. I mean, that is just ridiculous. You're thinking like, oh, how do you not make that play? I mean, how do you go out there and try to do it? I mean, he leaped. I mean, he tried everything he could. He dove for it. Hit off of his glove. I mean, I thought he may have caught it because, from my vantage point, I did not see the ball go off his glove for a second. I thought, oh my gosh, did he catch that? But it turns out he did not. And he got up, firing the ball pretty quickly. Boy, oh boy. He made a good effort on that one. Anybody that criticizes him for that, I just don't get it. Nathan Eovaldi comes around to score. Keep in mind, that's the pitcher. That is the pitcher, ladies and gentlemen. Nathan Eovaldi, without into reach base, absolutely unacceptable. How do you allow a pitcher of any kind, especially an American League pitcher, to get on base? I'm not too sure. 1-0 Boston. Then we pick it up. Same inning, Xander Bogaerts, he's a sacrifice fly to left field. Kike Hernandez comes around to score as the Red Sox now take a 2-0 lead. off of Spencer Howard. So like I said, Spencer Howard wasn't absolutely terrible last night. There's no question about that. Joe Girardi went into this game saying 70 to 75 pitches was his limit. So he was definitely on a short leash in this one. Then about the fourth inning, we got one right back is Odubel Herrera. He has a sacrifice fly to center field. Brad Miller comes around to score. It's now a 2-1 ball game. Fundamental baseball from El Torito. So you love to see that. I mean, we all know that the past couple games, the past 2 games, he's been hitless. But he's still making contact with the ball. He's not really striking out that much. So he just looks better, much better than when he was first called back up to the big leagues about a month ago. There's no question about that. He looks so much better. He's night and day. Then in the top of the 6th inning, Xander Bogaerts going against Sam Coonrad. Let me just say this. I mean, I'm still really happy with Sam Coonrad. I still think he's had a great year. We all make mistakes, so it's not really the end of the world. Xander Bogaerts, he homers on a fly ball the other way to right field, his 10th of the season. And it's now 3-1 Red Sox. So they will not be done as they go back-to-back. Danny Santana, his second homer in 2 nights, as he homers on a fly ball to center field, again off of Sam Coonrad. Back-to-back homers, and it's now 4-1 Boston. So they hit back-to-back home runs off of Sam Coonrad. Like I said, he's been very good this year. I'm still going to go to his defense. I mean, everybody has an off night. So I still really trust Sam Coonrad at most anybody in that bullpen. So like I said, we all have off nights. I'm not really going to read too much into that. And then in the bottom of the 6th inning, Reese Hoskins, which is 100th career home run as he homers on a fly ball to left field. His 9th of the season, his first homer this month. It's just hard to believe he went on this long homer drought. That's his last homer since the St. Louis series in St. Louis. And that was off of Nathan Eovaldi. And the Phillies get a little closer now, 4-2 ball game. So, wow, the big fella again, his 100th career home run. Like I said, congratulations. He put a little something on the, the fan vision, just, celebrating that. It took him a while. So hopefully now he can maybe get it going with the power, right? I mean, we need a guy to step up because, we all know JT's hurt. Bryce Harper has been horrible. We need a guy like Reese Hoskins to step up. This is when you need another guy in your lineup to step up, right? I mean, I talked about that. This is when you need a guy like Reese Hoskins to step his game up, and hopefully he's doing that. Then about the 7th inning, with the bases loaded after Bryce Harper strikes out looking a terrible at bat, Reese Hoskins is hit by a pitch, and Rafael Marchand comes around to score, and it's now a 4-3 ball game. And that'll be your final score as Brad Miller goes down swinging to end that inning, and the Phillies lose 4-3 your final score. And like I said, we had a ton of opportunities to win this game, and we just couldn't do it. I don't know. We just couldn't do it. We couldn't seem to get that big hit, and we definitely could have won this game. There's no question about it. And I'm not even going to blame Sam Coonrad for this. I'm not. I'm really not even going to blame Sam Coonrad because, like I said, he's been great out of the Phillies bullpen this year, so I'm not really going to blame him too much. I'm not going to really harp on Sam Coonrad too much. But Andrew McCutchen, he's definitely cooled off. There's no question about that. The first half of May was definitely more kind to him than the second half of May. He's definitely, going back down to earth a little bit. But Gene Segura with another knock last night. He's starting to heat up a little bit. There's no question about that. But like I said, Bryce Harper, oh my goodness gracious, 3 strikeouts, 0 for 5. His OPS has dropped significantly, now down to 884. Like I said, I mean, the MVP season we all thought he was having is definitely going by the wayside. There's no question about that. It's definitely going away. I thought he was on track to make the All-Star team. Turns out that, boy, oh boy, I don't know if he is now. So now batting 274, just unbelievable. Just totally unbelievable. Reese Hoskins, Joe, with that big home run, also getting hit by a pitch. I mean, you love to see that. A big fella now batting 256. We all know he's going to, hit around there. I mean, he's not the kind of guy that's going to hit for, a high average. Alec Bohm gets a night off last night. He did come in to pinch hit and struck out, of course, because Alec Bohm has been striking out so much this year. But Brad Miller got to start at third base last night and collected 2 knocks, also scored the run. But he did strike out in a really big crucial situation, bases loaded with 2 out, and he goes down on strikes. So it just kind of happened. With Odubel Herrera the sac fly, fundamental baseball. Nick Maton has looked ice cold since coming off of that little road trip. I understand he got that game-tying RBI single, the first game of the home series against Miami. But other than that, he's been slumping. There's no question about that. Rafael Marchand got the start behind home plate last night. He collected his first hit of the season. Might I add, I kept calling him Rafael Marcan, and it's actually Rafael Marchand, and I apologize for that. If Rafael happens to be watching this video, I mispronounced his name, and I kept calling him Marcan. It's Marchand. So my apologies for that. As we take a look at Spencer Howard's line, 3 innings, 1 hit, 2 runs, and 2 runs were earned, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Like I said, the stuff was really going good early. There's no question about it. The first 2 innings were great. He seemed to hit a wall. Like I said, Joe Girardi had him on a short leash, but he walked 4. So he definitely was strong with his command. The umpire didn't really seem to help too much. I mean, the umpire wasn't that great last night. And Marchand almost threw a runner out. The call was overturned. He almost got a call stealing. That would have been great to see that. So that definitely helped the Red Sox. There's no question. But that was a really bang play, which you called out. And the cheater manager, Alex Cora of the Red Sox, decided to challenge that play, and it was overturned. So Spencer Howard gets smacked with the loss. Now 0-1 on the year. I'm not really going to go too hard on Spencer. I'm really not. It's his first start of the season. I still think he's, like I said, he's like one of our best assets. There's no question about that. So we got to be careful with him. But Ranger Suarez continues to be dominant out of the Phillies bullpen. 2 strong innings. Tell you what, this guy's been great. This guy has been awesome. San Corona, definitely a rough appearance last night, as I said, but we all have off nights. And just goes to show how good he's been. After he allowed 2 home runs last night, he still has a 1.80 ERA. Think about that. It just goes to show he's been so good. So I'm not really going to read too much into that. Jose Alvarado, he looked fine last night, did walk about her, but boy, Hector Neris, he had a good pop in the 9th inning, but unfortunately our offense just couldn't come through and it really mattered. And have you ever noticed that a lot of my videos, a lot of these game recaps, and a lot of the things I talk about are always the same? It's a lot of repetition with me, because this team is repetitious. Fair to hit a run, score in position, fair to get that big hit. And the bullpen, sometimes doesn't come through most of the time, right? Last night the bullpen wasn't absolutely terrible. I'm not going to blame last night on the bullpen. I'm going to blame it on their failure to run scoring position. But it's the same thing with this Phillies team. It's the same thing. The bullpen, failure to run scoring position, we're too hot and cold, we're too inconsistent. It's not drastic, right? It's not these, these different problems. It's not like, one night it's this and then the other night. It's the same thing over and over and over. It's a lot of repetition. I don't know if you notice in these videos, it's me talking about the same thing over and over and over, because this team does the same thing over and over and over. We have the same problems. We've had the same problems for years now. We can't get the big hit. We're not really good with run scoring position. We're not good at fundamental baseball. You saw Odubel Herrera last night, got the job done, and we've been making a lot of boneheaded decisions out in the defensively. It's just like, I don't really know what to say about this team, right? It's just the same thing over and over. Like I said, it was nice to see Alcom get the night off from starting. And we all know he did come into the game to pinch hit. And, of course, like I said, he did go down on strikes. Shocker. We all know he's been striking out a lot this year. So the Phillies lose the second game in 3-game set. I don't know even what to say, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the verge of getting swept for the first time this season. 105 the first pitch. Rodriguez 5-2 with a 4.70 ERA. Going against Zach Wheeler, our savior, right? And breaking up the cream uniforms today, 3-2, the 2.52 ERA, coming off of a dominant starting against the Miami Marlins. Zach Wheeler has definitely been our best pitcher this year. There's no doubt about it. You cannot argue it. Last night's game was on Fox Sports. So I didn't really get to see it, of course, since I was at the game. I did see it on the little TV because, walk around the ballpark, they have the TVs everywhere. But the Nationals, making such a big deal because they beat the Orioles, 12-9. Boy, let's start the presses because the Nationals beat the Orioles. Wow, that's really something, right? Boy, I'm really scared now. But the Braves taking advantage of the Pirates as they should. Now they beat them 6-1. So I hate to see that, but it's just like, Pirates are the Pirates. The Pirates are just not a good team. It all evens out. Braves have definitely had a rough go of it this year. But the Marlins, they did their job against the Mets. Thank you, Marlins. They beat them 3-1. I went to the game last night with a Mets fan, my friend who is a Mets fan. I've been on the show before, the Supreme League. I had a good time with him. So I did not go to a game with the Phillies fan, but it was still a fun time. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Please turn the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Sound Stuff, Instagram, TikTok, and Instagram. Call or text 267-225-5392. Email me, phillysoundstuff@gmail.com. You're going to ask me a question. Do you think we get swept today? I think there's a chance. I do think there's a chance, but the fact that Zach Wheeler's on the mound does give me a lot of hope. I'm going to say that. It gives me a lot of hope. We're not going to get swept out. We need Reese Hoskins, hopefully, to go deep again. So a couple things need to happen. We need our bone to get out of the slump. Like I said, it's the same thing over and over and over. I'm looking forward to JT coming back. I'm looking forward to for Didi coming back. The injuries have definitely not helped us. There's no question about that. But we dropped to 2 games below 500 now, 22 and 24. My goodness gracious. So 105 the first pitch today. Let's not get swept out by the Boston Red Sox. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phillies. I'll see you guys.